Hi guys, it's Em. Welcome back to this channel. If you didn't know, I have a non-existent podcast, and I've been trying to deny it for so long, but I usually talk about psychology, lifestyle, fitness, wellness, self-love, productivity, relationships, those kinds of stuff here, but I kind of want to expand, the subject and talk about beauty because that's what I've been into for the last couple of weeks, actually, couple of months. I am a practicing minimalist, so a lot of the things that I own now that I've owned for years are almost done, and so I'm in this very exciting phase where I'm trying to find new products that I can buy. So I can either stick to the same products and kind of reuse it again for the next couple of years, or I can dive into a new product, test things out, and maybe fall in love with new products. So that's what I'm in right now. If you are single and you have a lot of free time and sometimes you feel this overwhelming feeling of loneliness because everyone's kind of moving forward and not everyone has the time to hang out with you because they're in their own relationships. If you're in that state or kind of situation, something that had definitely helped me is kind of planning. Just going on Pinterest, planning tomorrow, planning the next 3 months, the next year and a half. I think that when you are in this mindset of being inspired by creating or rebranding yourself, finding ways to elevate your lifestyle, it's just a better place to be in than wallowing and thinking about, why things didn't work out, why this and that. Instead of being in that negative mindset, it's better to put yourself in a productive and inspired headspace. So that's what I've been doing. I'm trying to find ways. Something that I've been working on for years actually is kind of creating my capsule wardrobe, and it's not something that you do one time. Obviously you have to research and try and experiment different materials to see what exactly works with your body, what's comfortable for your body, what kind of look or aesthetic you're going for. Sometimes people go for boho, sometimes people go for basic and sporty, and sometimes people go for like really fancier side. And I'm still trying to find out where I'm at and what are the kind of clothes that I'm going to be comfortable wearing. And I also have to take into account like the place or city that I live in. I live in the West Coast in San Diego, so anything that's kind of beach appropriate like really helps a ton. So I have a lot of summer clothes. If you live in New York in the East, obviously it's going to be a completely different wardrobe. So that's some things to factor in when you are in this phase of creating your wardrobe or your capsule wardrobe. And another thing is I'm a practicing minimalist. So I have to be very mindful of the things that I'm buying. Especially I'm in my mid-20s and I want to make sure that the things that I'm buying now are things that are really good quality that's going to last me a lifetime. And I want to buy things that I can pass on to my family or to my kids, such as jewelry. Jewelry is like one of the things that's like my next project. So right now I started with building my capsule wardrobe when I got out of high school. So it's been 2 years. Now that I'm earning like kind of my own money, I am trying to find products or brands that are going to be with me for a really long time. And for me, that's Abercrombie. It can be other brands for that works for you. I just know I grew up with Abercrombie. I have an aunt who really gave us so many, clothes from Abercrombie, and that's just something that I'm very familiar with. And I still have clothes from Abercrombie that are kind of vintage now, and I'm so happy and glad that I have those things now because that's the kind of essence I'm going for. It's like things, clothings, possessions, anything that you have that is like a signature for you. And I'm really glad that I have an aunt who was kind of willing to give us those things because I don't know, I just think it's so cute and charming to own things that are not sold anymore or vintage, in other words. So For clothing, that's definitely like it's still in the works. I think if you were to describe my overall style, it's definitely on the basics side. So I like to wear t-shirts with no logos, tank tops, and lounge pants. I think that's usually what I go to. I only own one pair of jeans now. It's just cream. I do plan on purchasing a black pants, but I'm still trying to find a good size for me in Abercrombie. I am not an online shopper. I try to get ready, kind of prep and try to go over like the app just to see what kind of clothes are out there in that brand, but I'm mostly like a in-person shopper. So I like to try things on in person and see how my skin feels underneath and stuff like that, if there's itchiness, if it's the right fit, if it looks good on my shape. Like I'm very petite, I'm small, so I have to be very mindful of buying things that are going to kind of accentuate my my waist, perhaps, to make myself feel taller. I have to be very calculated about those things now because I am learning so much about it, like color theory, fits and styles, and like the fitting of clothes and the material as well. I'm learning about a lot of those things, so it takes years. You're not going to get the right pair all the time. Sometimes you have to use it, return it, you have to buy it and then resell it. It's definitely years of experimenting until you become that woman that you dream of like having your dream wardrobe. Like it's gonna take a long time for you to get there. So that's, for me in terms of clothing. I have this OCD where I try to kind of buy everything from the same brand. I don't know, I like to stay loyal with one brand. So Abercrombie is that one brand for me. But recently I haven't been able to find good tank tops from them. So I started looking elsewhere and I found these really good basics from Uniqlo. And I like them because they have these like built-in bras and padding. So these are now my go-to tank tops, and they also have this in off-white or cream, so I bought that one as well. What else? And then shoes. Oh my gosh, shoes is like something that's so hard for me to find my right one, just because I think the vibe that I'm going for is very basics, but I'm not a workout person. I'm not super like I'm always at the gym kind of person. I am trying to find the cutest pair of shoes for my basics outfits. So if you can imagine, I'm wearing this tank top and some straight-legged lounge pants that's kind of like officey material, soft, but they're not sweats. If you can imagine that, I am trying to find the cutest pair of shoes, something that's comfortable. I don't like not wearing socks, so I always have to wear socks, and it's just hard to find. Like I've tried loafers, but they don't really look good with the lounge pants. I've tried sneakers, they just kind of throw off the entire fit. I tried Mary Janes. I don't like sweating toes. I know you can wear like the no show socks, but I don't want to invest. I don't want to buy new pairs of socks when I have perfectly cozy socks, like white socks. So I don't know. That's another thing that I'm having a hard time kind of finding the right one. Purses. I wouldn't say I have a lot of bags, but a lot of it is just kind of given to me by my sisters, my mom. So I have some that I've kept, and now I'm giving away some that I know what's kind of like a phase in my life. So I have some cute tiny mini purses that I know is not really convenient for how I like my day-to-day lifestyle. I'm working full-time, and now I'm kind of transitioning towards going back into school or academia. So now that kind of my day-to-day is going to change, I do need bigger bags. I'm not really having smaller purses is not really going to be convenient for me because I'm going to be carrying a backpack. I'm going to be carrying a laptop, notebook, iPad, chargers, water bottles. So having bigger bags, having medium-sized bags would be more helpful for me. So I'm kind of giving away a lot of the small purses. I've kept one classic bag, like mini black purse. I've kept one. I have one like printed Gucci one that was from my mom. That one I keep for like maybe a Sunday brunch or a weekend purse. And then other than that, I have a Longchamp that I want to give to my sister because I just hate canvas. I hate that there's no structure to it, and it just feels like it's a huge well and that I can't find my things. That's how I feel about tote bags. So I'm trying to find something that's in between, like leather but still cotton inside to keep my stuff protected. And I did find one, and surprisingly enough, it's from Abercrombie. It's the woven bag that they released 2 years ago in 2024. It's all sold out, and I don't think they're gonna put it back on in the store. So I had to find it somewhere else. I went on Poshmark, and I found one that's unused. So I bought it. I had it shipped here, and I've been using it for the last week and for the last month actually, and I really like it. The only con that I have with it is the zipper is like so tiny. It can fit my laptop, but you really have to like be smart about how you put your laptop in there to make it all fit. But I love the aesthetic it gives. I love the woven style. It's giving chic, it's giving casual but elevated, and that's all that I'm going for. So that's been my go-to medium-sized bag. I don't have a weekender bag yet. I have a duffel bag from Abercrombie. That one's from my aunt. I don't even know how she got it because I don't know how old that bag is, but it's so pretty. It's like this in green, dark green with a blue-ish color, and you can fit so many things in there. Honestly, if I'm traveling and I only want to do carry-on, I'd be using that duffel bag over a suitcase, like a hard shell carry-on, just because it can fit a lot more, and it's more, since it's a duffel bag, it's canvas, you can shape it in different ways. And in a hard shell carry-on, you can only fit so many things in there, and it already adds so much weight to it, so it's already inconvenient in that sense. But those are the main bags that I'm gonna be keeping in my wardrobe: a duffel bag, carry-on, a medium-sized one, and a small purse. 2 small purses, one black and then one printed one. And then for makeup, so this is something that I've been kind of excited over the past couple of days. I've been going to Sephora back and forth every weekend trying to find something that I know would work well for my skin. So being a practicing minimalist, I have been using the same products since I was in middle school. That's when I started wearing makeup, and I only really use 3 makeup products, blush, concealer, and lipstick. That's all. For my lashes, I do curl my lashes, and I put Vaseline over it in middle school, and I still do, and I think that that's so much better than putting mascara on. Thank God, due to my dad's genes, I have very full hair, full brows, and full lashes. It's not the longest, but it's there. And I don't really like mascara and how there's clumps of black things that fall around my eyes. I really don't like that look, so I just really use Vaseline, and it feels like it also supports the growth anyway, so I like that, and it also stays in place. So I don't really have any other eye product besides maybe eyebrow pencil. Sometimes I have sparse areas here, and I'd fill it in, but that's it. Right now I'm starting to get more into skincare based makeup, and I don't know if it's because I'm aging, but I feel like my skin has been so dry, or maybe it's just I've been traveling so much, I don't have consistency. But the NARS concealer is not as creamy as it used to be. Maybe it's just for now, but it's just it has a very dry patch now on my under eyes. So I'm trying to find something else that's gonna help kind of resolve that issue. And so right now I am starting to get to know Merit, the brand. I know that they advocate or promote a lot of skincare based makeup and minimalism, so obviously I had to I was really drawn, especially the what is it called, the packaging is so minimalistic, so chic, and so classy. So I tried on their stuff last week. I returned a couple that I didn't really like. I tried the what is it called, the sunscreen, and it's a tinted moisturizer sunscreen. Tinted sunscreen, there you go. I didn't really like how it felt on my skin. It leaves a very dewy look, but my skin is just not used to being covered, and so I returned it. And now I ended up buying these two. I bought the serum and the priming moisturizer. And these two together are really, it's such a good pair. It leaves my skin feeling so moisturized and also glowy underneath and, on top. So this is what I've been using. I bought the travel size because obviously if I start breaking out, then I'm not going to be using these. So that's that. And then really trying to see if I'm gonna like the concealer that they have, the complexion sticks. I'm still trying to find the right shade, so I might stop by Sephora today and have like a Sephora staff help me out with that, because I'm not very good with matching my shade. So let's see if I'm gonna like it. If it's gonna make me feel dry, I'm definitely not going to buy that product. I'm probably going to stick with either NARS concealer or the Glossier Stretch Concealer. I don't really like the Glossier concealer though, because it's in a pot. I don't like that. But we will see. Hopefully the complexion stick is good. I'm only buying one product at a time because I don't want to overspend. But today I think I'll try the complexion stick. So hopefully that turns out good. And for my lip, I've been using different products. Like, most of the times I use lip balm, like tinted lip balms. But I've been using the same lipstick for the last 2 years, I believe. It's from Glossier. It's definitely like the same color as I have now. Very, very similar. But I'm almost out of it. And I think the same way that NARS is giving me that high school vibe, Glossier gives me that high school vibe as well. Just because growing up, a lot of my friends and peers were using that brand, and I kind of want to grow out of it and try new ones that are going to make myself feel like a woman, right? So I'm not going to buy another Glossier product as much as I like it. I have transitioned to a lip liner. I'm not really like a glossy type of person. Yes, sometimes I like to have gloss, but it doesn't feel comfortable for me. It's not my everyday. And so there's this one time my mom gave me this lip liner from Bobbi Brown, and the shade that she gave me was so perfect for my lips. It was like so beautiful, but I went to a party in college and I lost it. So I don't even know what shade it was, but I don't even want to bother testing a lot of Bobbi Browns, because even here they don't have a lot of Bobbi Brown products in stores. So I kind of gave up on that. So now I'm trying to find my new nude lip, and I did find one. This was such like a coincidence, because when I went to Sephora, they didn't have all of the shades in Merit. So I just kind of took a guess based on the photos on the little information section, and I got myself a Mayfair, and I tried it on in the car, and it was actually the perfect color. So this is what it looks like. It looks a little bit purplish when I put it on, but when I blend it, it turns into this beautiful mauve color, and I think this is cool. It's not a warm mauve. So yeah, maybe that's just like my skin tone, but I love it. So these 3 products I've been using for the past couple of days, and hopefully these actually last me, and I'm my skin kind of get used to it in a very nice way. Still trying to find, hopefully I can score and have all of my beauty products from one brand, which is Merit. I love what they stand for, and I hope that they actually stand up to the quality that they say. So yes, the next product that I'll probably get is a concealer, because that's everything that I need. In terms of blush, I still use the same red lip. So basically it's a lipstick from Sephora that I bought when I was out on a trip and I needed a red lipstick for the event. I don't really use red lipstick anyway, so like instead of letting it expire, I just use it as my blush. And then you already know my brows I might get the brow gel from Merit, but we'll see. I still have some left from the Benefit, so I'm gonna try to finish that, and then once that's done, I'll definitely try out a different one. So yeah, everything is just so exciting because like I said, when you're feeling stuck in one place, going on Pinterest is just the one thing that makes me feel good about myself. It makes me feel good about the direction I'm going. It makes me feel inspired, and it puts me in this mood of wanting to be productive, wanting to be better, trying to imagine or fantasize about my dream woman, my dream world, my dream job, and everything like that. So that's kind of what I've been up to lately, if anyone is even interested. But yeah, today was so fun. I've been wanting to talk about this. I don't really have a lot of girlfriends who I can talk to about makeup besides my youngest sister, but she's in a relationship and I don't want to bother her too much. So that's that. Oh my gosh, I love this. It makes me feel so kind of put together. It makes me feel like these are the things I'm excited about. Trying to find new clothes, trying to find new shoes, purses, stuff, makeup, beauty, skincare, and stuff like that. And I don't know, it makes me feel so warm and fuzzy inside. But I hope that you guys enjoyed that. I know that was a pretty long video. Anywho, maybe I'll see you guys next time. Bye.